What is going on, guys? It's your boy Chris Cage coming at you 2 times, back with yet another weekly race video. It's time for another one of those realistic versus fantasy races once again. Yes, we keep going back to them because I love doing them. Today we're on a variant of the downhill raceway track that we have set up right here, right by my bedside. 7.5 feet of track. And we're going to see which one is the best amongst this track. Real cars or fantasy cars. Here's a prime example of a real car. Oh, hello. I found a Chiron here. And a fantasy car. Yes, Realistix are on this side and fantasy cars are on this top side. And we're going to see who is the best brand of cars. Now, without further ado, it's time to begin round number 1, where we will see a plethora of realistic cars and a plethora of fantasy cars race off against each other in a matchup to determine who's the best. Time to begin the first official round in this unlimited round weekly race. Time to begin round number 1. Now, I'm showing you this 89 Batmobile because I recently was at a Target yesterday and I found a ID version of the 89 Batmobile, and well, honey, I shrank the Batmobile. Yes. Somebody, or I don't know what, but if you take a look at it real close, the 89 Batmobile, this is the Hot Wheels version, and this is the ID version. It has shrunken. So yes, if you have found this casting, let me know in the comments section if it looks a little bit smaller than the other 89 Batmobile. Or other 89 Batmobiles that y'all got. Because I think this one has a shrinking problem. But that will be raced on week 52's weekly race next week. So stay tuned for that. And this will be racing right now, right next to this Electrack. So it's time to see who's going to win between these two. Let's go. And to begin today's weekly race, your winner is the 89 Batmobile. Here we go. Right now we have our next matchup. Yep, it's all about a gravity track here. And by the way, if those y'all are wondering, or long-time subscribers, I have my gravity drop propped really good this time. It's not like all loose like the last one. And plus, it's propped at a good angle. So, some cars are going to fail on this one. But unlike Electrack, he has won. Next matchup. Going to lane 3, we have the 69 Mustang. Here is your next matchup. And lane 4, it goes to Track Tune to even things up for fantasy cars. Alright, here's your next matchup. And the 16 Bugatti Chiron is getting the win. By the way, if you follow Ministry of Diecast on YouTube, you will know that this is going to become a Hot Wheels ID car. So yeah, 4 releases so far. We have this one, we have the black one, which you'll see in a moment, and a Zamac one and an ID version. So yeah, Bugatti is back. Here's your next matchup. It goes to Carbide. Here's your next matchup. Oh, that Ford GT looked like he had a run on him, but he didn't. But the MX-48 Turbo is going to clinch this win. Here's your next matchup. Who wants to see Shadowjet back? Let me know in the comment section. And Realistix are slipping this time because Shadow Jet is going to get the win. Alright guys, here's your next matchup. Goes to Zodic. Alright guys, next matchup. Oh, looks like we have two cards that didn't move on, so we will eliminate these two and put up a new pair of cards here. Alright, here we go. Here's your next matchup after a couple of cards that did not make it. And it goes to Tire Fryer. Here's your next matchup. And these cards got to get in the bin and time to put some new guys on to take their place. Here we go. Here's some new pairs. And Aston Martin just went a tumbling. The listed cards are taking a tumble after that Aston Martin done tumbled. Your winner is Low C GT. Alright, next matchup. Stopped right there, right at the end. Not even going to count it at all. But we're going to have to put another pair of cards on here now. Another realist or fantasy card crosses the line again. Next matchup. Damn, another realistic card falls again to a fantasy. Winner is Roadhog. Here's your next matchup. What a great race. But it goes to the Prototype H24. Here we go with the next matchup. Wow, at the last second, Horseplay got him. Alright, next matchup. And again, another fantasy casting wins, and it's going to be Cyber Speeder, which was the 2019 M Case Treasure Hunt. Obviously, this is not it. Alright, Realistix, get on the board. Oh, boy. It is not the day for Realistix at all. Splitting Image gets the win. Next matchup. Radical Racer. If you find this in red, by the way, it is the Year of the Rat card. Next matchup. Oh, man. Thunder Streak gets the win. It is not going well for realistic cards at all. Next matchup. That should have been easy. But Emoticar got the win, and he is feeling blank about it. Kind of like me in 2019. Alright, next matchup. Another Lane 4 winner. Another fantasy vehicle moving on in Circle Trucker. Here's the Black Chiron. It's facing off against the MR11. So let's see who will win this race. And a botch. Sound like the realistic cards are hit with a voodoo curse now, because the MR11 becomes the 19th fantasy vehicle to win. Alright, next matchup. Realistic's got to get on the board here. And with the 2000 GTX, they finally did it. Alright, next matchup. Becoming your 20th fantasy card to move on, it is Electrack in its first color. Next matchup. I might as well just end this weekly race right now because fantasy cards are just putting on a massive clinic right now. Realistix are doing more worse than the Miami Dolphins right now. Sorry, but it's true. Here's your next matchup. Another fantasy card wins. Paradigm Shift by John Moxley gets the win. Here we go, next matchup. Yet another fantasy card wins again. My. All right, Riveted gets the win. Here we go. We got ourselves our next matchup, getting ready to race. Pocket Bikester moves on. All right, next matchup. Vehicle number 25, that is one out of fantasy side of things, Rocket Fire. Alright guys, check this out. We're down to our final race of the first round. Yes, we have 60 cars racing against each other, and so far this is our 30th heat. I didn't even say anything because I wanted to keep y'all guessing how many cars are going to race. But since we have 3 DNFs that we swapped out with new pairs, well, this is our 30th race. And we're going to see who's going to win between these two. Stop already. They're dead. Well, this is not going to be a happy time for Realistix because look at this. 4 are moving on. Look at how many fantasy cars are moving on right here. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 26 fantasy cars are moving on. It's going to have to take a freaking clinic to demolish this entire side. But we'll have to see if that happens in round number 2, which will be coming up next. Time to begin round number 2. Here's your first matchup. And we're going back to the fantasy side of things with your winner being the Electrack. Here's your next matchup. Yet another realistic vehicle gets destroyed, and Track Tune is your winner. Here's your next matchup. And Carbide wins again. If MS48 Turbo can beat out the HT2000 GTX, then well, we have ourselves a squash race. This could be the final heat, but if the HT2000 GTX wins, then we're going to continue racing fantasy cars. Here we go, MS48 Turbo versus the HT2000 GTX. Realistix have been squashed. Well, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but look at all of our winners today. This is actually the most amount of fantasy cars that have won, and has won it for their whole entire car brand. Fantasy cars swept it, just like that, taking out all 30 realistic castings in one swift round, and then in round number 2, they just finished off the rest. And if you're wondering how many cars lost on the fantasy car side, well, only 4. Other than that, 26 fantasy castings are considered all your winner for today's weekly race. And that'll do it for today's Hot Wheels weekly race. Next week, we will be doing a 52 car or not 52 car, a now 32 car. What is it? A 32 Hot Wheels identification car battle royale on the free range raceway. So be sure you stay tuned for that. But until then, it's time to end this weekly race video. I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. If you are brand new watching this, be sure you subscribe and also turn on the notifications bell as well. It's your boy Chris Cage, and I'm coming at you 2 times, and we will see you at the next video. Thanks for watching.